Right. Okay. Okay. If you're watching me live on Facebook, thank you very much. We're about to go live on Amazon Live, and the show can begin. Countdown clock's finished, and I just got the signal from Amazon that I'm live on Amazon. So, hello Facebook, hello Amazon Live. This is Stephen in Wiltshire in England, and I want to say welcome to the show. And the show is Lights, Camera, Action, which is everything to do with live video, everything to do with lights, cameras, action, microphones, and today, the Kindle Paperwhite. On to that in a moment. Okay, now I'm based in Wiltshire in England. I'm about 25 miles away from Stonehenge, and it's a dark, potentially rainy day. I'm originally from up north, which is a place called Burnley, which is 20 miles north of Manchester, and that's very close to the Lake District. And I was just reading a story in The Guardian, which is one of our national newspapers, and this is a true story, that in the last 24 hours, there have been 12 inches of rain in Cumbria, okay, the Lake District. And the boats which go across the lakes cannot sail. There is simply too much water in the lake. This is unknown. We're in for a deluge over the coming days, we've been warned. So we're going to stay safe. And it's nice and warm in here. So we're in a good place. Okay, so over to Amazon Live, and I'm going to highlight the first item of the day. And the first item of the day, every movie that's ever been made has a script, and that script started life as a book. And I have here, just a minute, I'm going to have to make an adjustment. So okay to that, I'm going to remove the background. Down the carousel at the moment is a Kindle Paperwhite. Now, mine is being charged at the moment, as you can see, simply charging, plug in, and I've got it plugged into a power bank, and it recharges in a couple of hours. Okay, and then you're free to read it. But the beautiful thing about Paperwhite, and I can show you this, is hopefully the clarity of the screen. I might do a screen share later. I'll work out how to put the Paperwhite on a screen share. That would be good. But I love the Paperwhite because wherever you are, if you're in, we were talking about rain a moment ago, but if it's sunny where you are, then you can actually still read the Paperwhite. If you try and read other devices whilst you're out and about or sat outside in the garden even, the Paperwhite is the best in terms of being able to read in full light, and it's also best in terms of being able to read in low light. So it is adaptable. And at the moment I'm reading one of the Sharp books, and it's basically just so easy to do because you can flick from page to page, you can press the menu at the top and you can change everything you want. You can change the font, you can change the luminosity, everything can be changed. And the Kindle Paperwhite is at the moment 31% off because there's a new one. Okay, and it's an ideal gift. Okay, if you've got somebody who enjoys reading books, then it is an ideal gift. There is always going to be the conversation, should it be a book with that you can pick up and flick through, or should it be on a Kindle? I've got to say that I'm torn between the two. When I'm having breakfast or having lunch, I read the Kindle. Okay, and that means that I can devour books literally whilst I'm eating. That's basically when I read my books. Reading is a great way to actually relax and to learn things. And I learn things in every book that I read, whether it be about the big walks of the north, and the walks involved are the Pennine Way. I used to live on the Pennine Way. the Coast to Coast walk, and Hadrian's Wall. Now, I've been to Hadrian's Wall as well. And this book, which unfortunately is not down the carousel, The Big Walks of the North, is about the major walking routes in the UK in the north of England. England's divided into North, Midlands, and South. Okay, I started off living in the north in a town called Burnley. I then moved down to the Midlands and lived in Stratford-upon-Avon, the home of Shakespeare, and now I'm in the south. So I've gone north, Midlands, south. And one of my hobbies is actually walking. So I'm about 200 miles away from these walks, but one day we shall travel back up north and I'll have a go. So the Kindle Paperwhite is my choice of reading device as far as electronic ones are concerned. I've tried other ones, but this is by far, as I say, it's great in sunlight, it's great when it's dark. If I click the menu, I can switch between books. Okay, and the thing is, we're traveling to Germany in December. Okay, Christmas in Germany, special time, all the markets, everything, and Glühwein, and just enjoyable. Anyway, I digress. I've got a choice. I can either take a load of these books with me, okay, or I can take the Kindle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put books I'd like to read onto the Kindle and take the Kindle with me. Okay, so I can read when we're on the Eurostar. I can read when we're on the train from Amsterdam through to Hengelo. So that's my, I know it's just, well, I love it. As you can see at the moment, it's actually charging. It doesn't take too long to charge. Okay, so that's the Kindle Paperwhite, and I choose the Paperwhite over the others because it is so flexible in terms of the lights. Now, the next item in the carousel is a Fitbit Inspire, and again, I'm going to demonstrate this. I'm only taking my watch off. I never travel anywhere without my Fitbit. Fitbits, this is a genuine Fitbit from Fitbit.com via Amazon. And the Fitbit is stylish. It's a great watch. And the thing about it is that it goes on your wrist. It comes with a couple of bands, so you can choose which one you want. The other thing is that you can buy additional bands to actually change the look. So you could have a different look for every day. But the thing about this Fitbit is it actually records. I'm just going to confirm the time as 14:09 or 9:09. Just proves that I'm actually in the UK. Fitbit becomes a way of life. I've been wearing a Fitbit now for 8 years, day in, day out. I don't sleep with a Fitbit on because my sleeping pattern is quite regular, so I'm unfortunate in that, I know. But I do, as soon as I get up in the morning, I put it on. I'm blasting at night before I go to bed. I take the Fitbit off and I recharge it. So I know that it's always got a battery charge there, and I'm not going to be on a big walk and all of a sudden it stops counting. What it does is simple and straightforward. You calibrate it to actually count your steps. That's a one-off operation. And once it's calibrated your steps, it can work out how many miles you are walking. Okay, now they do say, the marketing blurb on Fitbit says, set your daily target to 10,000. I'm putting my watch back on, my Fitbit back on. Set your daily target to 10,000 steps. That is an advertising myth. I've got to tell you, there is not a word of truth in that. When they were marketing the original Fitbit, they said, what sort of slogan can we use? And they thought, right, walk 10,000 steps a day with your Fitbit. Not true. I've got my Fitbit set, my target set to 8,000 steps a day, which is 4 miles a day, which is 28 miles a week, which is 1,400 miles a year in theory. Okay. practice may be somewhat difficult because you don't always do 4 miles a day. But the thing is that whenever you're out walking, you know how far you've traveled. Okay. And if you use this in conjunction with an app called, I'm just going to type the title in, forgive me for a moment. I need to update my agenda, put a new item in. I use a piece of software, and I just need to put another M in there. I use a piece of software called Map My Walk. Now, Map My Walk, not only does it count the steps whilst you're actually out and about, Fitbit counts your steps throughout the day, wherever you are. Map My Walk counts your steps and miles when you're out and about. The other thing that Map My Walk is good for is that basically, as you're out and about and you're walking, it saves the route. So you can go to the Map My Walk site and you can actually see exactly where you've been. And if you do the same route regularly, got that out right, if you do the same route regularly, then you can compare the times. So I've got a route, I live close to the Kenny Canal, and that's where I do the training for my marathon walks, because it's fairly flat. Well, canals are flat apart from in Divisors, which has got the longest locks in the world. Okay, for the boat to go down a steep hill, set of locks, 23 locks in actual fact, possibly more. But Map My Walk maps where you've been, so when you've finished, you can actually see it on the map. Okay, and you can send the map to somebody else, show it to somebody else, try this walk. The other thing that Map My Walk does, which is brilliant, is that it can tell you how quickly you are walking. Okay, now the average walking pace, if you're out and about walking in a city or a town, is 3 miles an hour. Anything above 3 miles an hour means that you're seriously walking. Okay, and both your Map My Walk and your Fitbit, it's on my wrist somewhere, there it is, will actually measure your steps. Now this is important. Walking is the easiest way that we have of keeping fit, and if you can walk 4 miles a day, then you're doing your body good. You're also, if you're walking outside, which you should be, you're also doing your mind good as well, because you're out in the fresh air. When I go walking on the canal, I'm in the countryside. There are no factories, nothing. I'm just in the countryside, walking past farm after farm after farm, in the middle of nowhere, and it's perfectly safe. And I can do 10 miles. I'll probably do 10, 12 miles this weekend just walking on the canal. But Fitbit, this Fitbit is just the start of it, because there is a site to go with the Fitbit, and it's called Fitbit.com. Let's just type that in again, because I'm adding to my list of things. So just give me a minute. It will be worth it. I don't want you to go there now, but if you're watching live on Amazon, thank you. Fitbit.com. If you go to Fitbit.com, once you've got your Fitbit, you can register it, and there are benefits in doing that. But in addition to that, you could become part of a community, and you get community challenges. So I take part in 2 types of challenges: a weekend challenge, who can do the most steps over the weekend, or a weekday challenge, who can do the most steps during the week. And that's a great motivator. One of the things about exercising is you need motivation, and motivation comes from competing in a friendly way against other people. And that's where the Fitbit community comes in, because you get a league of people who may not know each other, but get to know each other. It's building a community on Fitbit.com. And the challenges bring people close together, because you're not there. I'm not there to win, okay? Because I know there are people fitter than I am, and they just go off and they will do 50,000 steps over the weekend, and I'm not going to compete. No way am I going to compete. I can do 20,000 steps in a day, 10 miles. That's no problem. But doing it consecutive days. So, but it's friendly, and it does encourage you, and it's all part of being a Fitbit user. Now, if you click the link in the carousel, you'll find that there are many Fitbits. The one you're looking at the moment in the carousel is the Fitbit Inspire 2. And we say hello to Chris in Belgium. Chris, thank you for joining me. And Fitbits become part of your way of life, keeping you fit. Just walking. I mean, you can walk early in the morning. You can walk before lunch, as I try to do every day during the week. You can walk in the evening when you've just switch the computer off, leave the house and go for a walk. And it's amazing. If you're out for 20 minutes, you've done a mile. If you're out for 40 minutes, you've done 2 miles. If you're out for an hour, which you could do if it wasn't raining, then you've done 3 miles. Okay. Just walking around, so that's 6,000 steps if you walk 3 miles. And we said 8,000 was my target. You set your own target, but it will monitor you. You'll also monitor what you eat. It will also monitor what you drink. Okay, so that's there as part of the thing. Just go back to my walk for the moment. And I've just been told my Kindle Paperwhite has switched itself off. It does that to save the battery. Okay, so now I'll show you. My Kindle Paperwhite has just switched itself off and left itself with that beautiful pattern. And that's what we're talking about at the moment to go down the carousel. Map My Walk. If you get the pro version of Map My Walk to link to your Fitbit, then there is an additional feature. When I go out on my walk and I go walking on the canal and I go 5 miles out and 5 miles back, Angelica can see where I am on the map. Yeah, she just needs to go to Map My Walk. She can see that I am walking and she can see where I am. So it's a built-in safety feature to actually know where somebody is on their walk. And you can switch it on and off. So I could just say, right, okay, Saturday morning, 11 o'clock, I'm going for a walk. Angelica, there's the map. Okay, and Angelica can actually follow me as I take photographs along the way and film along the way as well. So Map My Walk has a built-in feature, which is very useful because if you want somebody to actually monitor your walk, then Map My Walk will do it. But Fitbit, 8 years I've been using this. Well, no, that's not strictly true. I've been a Fitbit user for 8 years. And my first bit was just the small lozenge type. Okay, there's no strap on it. It was just a lozenge shape. And you put it into your trouser pocket or your skirt pocket, and it tracked your steps. And the unfortunate thing is that with a bloke like I am, I put the Fitbit into my jeans pocket, okay, and I just forget about it. Guess what happens next? The jeans go into the washing machine, and you bring it out, bring the jeans out, you dry them, you realize your Fitbit's in your jeans, and you take it out slowly, and then you put it in where you try and dry it out, but you can't. So in hope rather than expectation, I wrote to Fitbit and said, look, I've just put my Fitbit in the washing machine. Is there any way I can revive it? And they said, no, you can't revive it. It's unrevivable. Is that a word? But here's a new one. So they sent me a new Fitbit because I'd actually accidentally put it in the washing machine. And that's amazing goodwill gained because as I say, I've been a customer now. So I changed my Fitbit at the same time as Angelica does, which is about every 2 years. So if you say that a Fitbit is an investment for 2 years, you're looking at a very reasonable price to actually keep your fitness. And thank you for watching on Amazon Live. And it's a pleasure to be broadcasting to you today, and thank you for actually joining me. Right, that's the bit of the demonstrations over. So I can now go over and I can change my background. Okay, guess where I am today? Well, you know where I am. You know where I really am, really am. I'm in Devizes in Wiltshire. But the thing is, at the drop of a hat, I can change my background to be anywhere in the world. So if you know where this is, if you recognize it, then please do say. To get this effect, I'm using a piece of software called XSplit VCAM, and I'm going to type that in as well, because we've got the things down the carousel, which I'm obviously concentrating on. But I'm going to tell you along the way about the software and systems that I'm using. Okay, so to get this background where I can put my hands up like that and you can see 10 fingers, okay, and there's ever so slight, there's no white around there, okay, this is the best background removal software, bar none, bar none. It works on Windows. You just download it to your computer. You start, well, I'm just going to take you, I'm going to show you what it looks like, because then I can talk about something else. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to skip along in the carousel. I'm just going to do a short intermission whilst we look at, okay, green screens. Okay, this is green screen software. This is the best green screen software I've ever seen. Okay, and this is why. I'm going to show you how green screen software works. So what I need to do is I need to screen share, which I'm going to do. I need to share a window. Okay, and hopefully this is live video and things occasionally go wrong. Okay, if I take myself off full screen, yeah, which I can hide that, take myself off full screen. Okay, next to me, okay, I'll come to that in a minute. Next to me, you can see something I'm going to talk about in a minute, but also you can see this. I think seeing two of me on screen, well, let's put one of me on screen. Okay, so this is the software that I'm using. This is XSplit VCAM. And it works and it looks so good for one simple reason. I have got a green screen behind me. This is the one down the carousel. This is a Fovitech green screen. You need a green screen to do background removal. You can try without one, by all means. But if you want the best professional quality, then you need a green screen. Now, the Fovitech is behind me. It's reversible. It's green this side and blue the other. If I have to sort of knock everything over to actually show you the blue side, just take it from me that the other side of this is blue. It's scrunchable and collapsible, and it's got a carry case. So it's a mobile green screen. You can take it anywhere. So if you want to do, I mean, the green screen works. I'm using it for live broadcasting equally well. It works as a green screen for photography. Now, if at the Thanksgiving or Christmas, you're actually going out and you're being royally entertained, you can take your green screen with you and use the camera on your mobile phone to take photographs. Okay. So that's the second use of it. But the thing is that I can just change my background by pressing a button, and I've got no answers coming in as to where I was. So I'm going to tell you where I am. I'm theoretically or virtually in Las Vegas. Okay. And I'll show you how I got this photo, but I can in a minute, but I can switch over and I can switch my background. This is one of my favorites, by the way. And when I switch my background, you can still see 10 fingers and you can see everything. You will see a slight movement occasionally. Now, if you're going to use a green screen on live broadcasting, you have to learn to play statues. You remember the game? You played with your children. You said, right, we're going to play statues now. I want you to sit quietly for 5 minutes. And they did. And they got a reward. And that was good. But if you want to be broadcasting and you want to be on camera, you have to be able to play statues. In other words, what you don't want is you don't want, sorry about that, you don't want any great movement. I've got a friend called Nick. I swear that he freeze frames himself. with this software, I can actually freeze frame in myself. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you. Okay. Now I'm still talking, but the picture is static. And the picture is static because I freeze framed it. So if I need to go off camera for a moment, I can freeze frame. Yeah. And then, as you can see, I can click the button again and you get back to me live. So freeze frame is very handy when you want to take a break from broadcasting. You can use freeze frame to actually just stop things for a moment, do what you've got to do, and then carry on again. And it's very handy. It's very handy. I've got to say, this is extremely handy on Zoom calls because you can use the software XSplit VCam, the virtual software, on a Zoom call. Yeah. And if you want to break, then you just freeze yourself for a moment, and everybody knows you're still there and you're still listening, but you can take a break. And it's important if you're on a 2-hour Zoom call, sit there for 2 hours takes a lot of concentration. If you've got 8 people in the room, everybody is talking for a maximum of 15 minutes of the 2 hours. So you sat there for an hour and 45 minutes doing nothing. So you might as well be stationary. Okay, so that's an additional use. You can blur the background if you wish. Okay, so I can blur the background. I can make it sharper again. Okay, and the other thing I can do, I've got the camera controls here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my original. This is me. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the controls, and controls will come up and you can see them on the screen. What I'm going to do is obliterating my picture. That's not going to work. I'm going to tell you about it instead. That would not have worked. Okay. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can pan left, you can pan right. Okay. You've got total control of the camera. You can change the brightness, you can change the contrast, you can change anything you want to change from within XSplit VCam. You can, at a flick of a button, switch your background. Okay, and this is the one I use most of the time. Okay, now all these backgrounds I can change when I wish. If I go add background, I can go to media files, which is files which are on my desktop. I can put a YouTube video in the background. In fact, just a minute. Let's try this. I've not done this for a long time. I've got to say this, bear with me a moment. Bear with me. This may, oh, all right. Okay, I found it. This may or may not work. Okay, but I'm willing to try it. If you're willing, I'm willing. Okay, so you could have a moving background. This video is actually on YouTube. Yeah, and I'm playing it in my studio now using XSplit VCam. So if I was taking a journey to the stars, I could have this looping in the background. Okay. Me, I find 2 or 3 minutes of this and you want to go back to something. And I know that Chris is watching. So I'm going to go to, this is St. Nicholas in Belgium. This is Chris's hometown and this is carnival time. And if I misremember anything, I'm sorry, Chris, but you can actually change the background and change where you are. So to let you know where I am, I'm going to look for a different image. I'm close to London, yeah, and that's Big Ben. Okay, that's Big Ben in the tower. I wish I was here, which is, well, yeah, you can guess where the bridges are. But the truth of the matter is that I am very close to here. This is Salisbury Cathedral cloisters, and Salisbury Cathedral is about 25 miles away from where we are. Now, all the things that I'm doing now are working because I have a Fitbit green screen. Okay, mine is up against the back wall. You can get a rack for it to be suspended from as well, and that's on the same page. If you click the link, the Fitbit link down in the carousel, then you'll see more about it. The other thing I love is also that I can get photographs from Unsplash, which is a resource which is free. And if I type in New York and press the search button, I'll get images from New York. Okay, and let's find a typical New York image. I might have broken this. I like that one. I'm going to download that one. Okay, so that's being downloaded. I've now got that one permanently, and it means that I can go to New York whenever I think that's New York. Yeah, okay. So Unsplash, great resource for free photographs, and I'm being told to update now. I'll not do it now because that would break it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing the screen. Okay, and that's there. Stop sharing the screen, and I'm going to come back to me and go full screen. So I'm back, and I've got the backdrop. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like when I'm not showing you how to use XSplit VCam. And I've got a message coming in. Thank you for the image of my hometown, Stephen. Thank you. Most welcome, Chris. It's a beautiful photograph. So I could be anywhere in the world. Like music, you can use a background image to set a mood. Okay. Now, anybody coming into this broadcast should recognize, if it's a true photograph, should recognize that I'm actually in New York at the moment, even though I'm not. You know I'm not. I'm actually in Wiltshire in England. Okay. I'm going to go off that. I'm going to make a screen change. Just give me a moment. I want to do two things. I want to let you know this in full disclosure. And I'm going to put an overlay on. Oh, I see. Okay, I'll go to that in a minute. Okay, and I need to change the theme. That's where I started off. So it looks a bit messy, doesn't it? Let's do this. Okay. Right, telling you about what's on the screen then. In the top right-hand corner is the BeLive logo. I work for BeLive, and I'm very happy to do so. I'm in the marketing team for BeLive and currently helping people to go live on Amazon Live. If you want to know how to go live on Amazon Live, like I am today, then message me. I mean, we're on Amazon Live, talking about Amazon Live. If you can't hear me, then please do unmute. Okay, because then I suppose I'm marketing, but I'm telling stories at the same time. So if you listen, you see, true story. I'm teaching a group of people how to go live and sell, and we're talking about Amazon Live, and it was then that I realized that if I just say to people unmute, there's one slight problem with that. The people who have me muted can't hear what I'm saying. So hence the big bright banner down the bottom. That's how that came about. Okay, now today's broadcast, I am live broadcasting today using BeLive, and you can start broadcasting today on BeLive. And I'm also using the OneStream content distribution system. That's the way that I'm doing this. I'm not using OBS. OBS is a brilliant piece of software, but I want to be able to do a whole range of things. And BeLive is a platform that lets me do that, because I can show the images like you can see there. I can share my screen. I can bring videos in from YouTube. We've seen that as well. So BeLive allows me to do a lot more than I can do with OBS. The thing is, it allows me to do it quickly, and because I'm on BeLive, I don't have to learn OBS. Yeah. If you want to check it out, not now though, because we're on Amazon Live. If you want to check it out, just type in be.live, as it says there in the logo. If you just type in be.live, you'll find out more about it. And if you want to know more about it, then you can contact me anytime. And if you type in, I'll take the overlay off because we don't need it. I've done that. Okay, I'm going to apply that. And I'm going to give you advance notice. This, I'm telling you, this overlay. So I'm taking the logo off. I just noticed this. I'm going to switch back to me on the background. So I'm going to close that. Bear with me a moment and come back to the original me and come full screen. Belive are always surprising us, and the Belive graphics team have been hard at work, and you're getting a world premiere of this because we are. I know it's only the 28th of October, but if you are broadcasting on Belive on the 31st of October, you could do this. Okay, so that's the first Halloween frame. It's pretty good, isn't it? I'm broadcasting with this theme. I need to find the right background to go with that. Do you think curtains? It's curtains. No. That's not right either. That's bad. That works. Oh, that works. Okay. I hope you think it works too. This is an overlay because you can have overlays on screen. This is one designed by Belive. This is a world premiere. Nobody else has seen this. I've only just noticed it. And the second one is this one. Okay, so if you're broadcasting on Belive, there ain't no ghosts. You are already ready for broadcasting on Halloween. You've got 2 Halloween overlays to actually choose from. Now, it's not Halloween, so I'm not going to tempt fate. I'm going to switch that off. It's nice when you discover things. And just let me get this right. I want to go back to there. And there you have it. We're back to me. Okay, so thank you for watching an Amazon Live. Thank you for watching the section about green screens. And I'm going to move on now. This is the section of the broadcast where I actually talk about offers. Okay. Now, the way the carousel works is this. 33 items down below in the carousel. If you click one, you're taken to the Amazon.com page, the normal page, and you will get the price that's actually showing in my carousel at the moment. Whilst I'm live, some of the prices are special. So let's just recap. I'm featuring the item. It's now bottom left. It's down there. It's down there. Right. The Kindle Paperwhite, which we spoke about a moment ago. Here's its ancestor. I need to take the colours off. Hang on a minute. Let me just go back to where I was. The Kindle Paperwhite is currently 31% off. This is because it's not the newest version. I love my Paperwhite. It works well in sunlight. It works well when it's darker, equally as well. So Kindle Paperwhite. The next item with a discount on today is, we're going through the discounts at the moment, is this. That's why I need to, what is it, you ask? That, I'm going to put it, I'll put it over there, like that. That's it. I've done it. I cracked it. This is a Microsoft mouse. Now, Microsoft, I use a Microsoft Surface Book 2. 16 gig of RAM, terabyte hard drive, twin graphics processors, and there is a similar one down the carousel. But I love this mouse. When I got the Microsoft Surface Book 2, of course, you get taken to the Microsoft Surface page, and they say to you, these are the extras. Okay, it doesn't come with a mouse. I paid $2,500, and it didn't come with a mouse. So I had to buy a mouse. So I went to the the Microsoft.com site, and I saw this beautiful mouse, and I saw this button which said, "Buy on Amazon." And those are the magic words. So I bought this mouse on Amazon. It's called the Microsoft Surface Arc Mouse. And the reason it's an Arc Mouse is if I go like that simple action, yeah, that simple action, I need to go there. I'm rubbish at this. That simple, that simple action turns it on. And it is an arc, and your hand goes around the mouse like that in an arc. And if you want to switch the mouse off, you go like that. And that is a beautiful piece of design. Now, I know there are similar mice out there, but I love this one. It's identifiable straight away, so your computer will see it, even if it's a Mac. It's got the normal left-right mouse buttons, and it's got it just fits in the palm of your hand. It's just perfect size, and it has a great. I just need to click again. Okay, that's full click. It has great sensitivity. Now you can't see that because I can see the mouse on my screen, but you can't. So I'll make a video about it. I will make a video about how the Microsoft mouse works. In fact, I'm making B-roll videos about everything that I'm actually showing in the carousel. And just a note, I own 75% of the items in the carousel. Like you, I went to the Amazon, somebody told me about it. I went to the Amazon page, I looked at the item, I looked at the spec and said, yeah, that's okay. And it's got all these ratings. I thought, fantastic. And then you go and read the reviews, you read the 5-star reviews, you read the 1-star reviews, and you either get put off by the 1-star reviews if there are too many of them, or you say, wow, look at that 5-star review. That must be a good product. So that's what I did with the mouse on Amazon. And so many 5-star reviews, it's not true. So, but I can tell you the good news today, that if you are in the market for a new mouse, and it's good to change them occasionally, then the Microsoft Surface, down the carousel there, if you press the link in the carousel, it's 30% off. It's $55.99 as opposed to $79.99. Okay, going on with the discounts. I can't show you the next one. This is the Fire TV, and I'm going to tell you at the outset before I talk about it. The Fire TV stick that I'm highlighting at the moment, if you press the link, is 30% off. Okay. Now, I can't show you the Fire Stick because it's plugged into my Samsung television. We have in the UK an electrical store called Curry's, and they sell all the TVs. I mean, they sell the majority of TVs, and they sold us a beautiful Samsung television 4.5 years ago. And it still works. Yeah, it's a beautiful television. But it's got the Samsung apps on it. And the way Samsung get you to upgrade from an old TV to a new TV is to remove apps. So first of all, YouTube disappeared. Then Netflix disappeared. Then Amazon Prime disappeared. And all the smart things that make a television smart were disappearing. So what do? You either shell out hundreds of dollars for a new television, or you say, this TV is going to do another 2 years. Why do I need to change it? That's where the Fire Stick comes in. Because if you get a Fire Stick, plug it into the port on your television, then you have access to, if you pay, of course, Amazon Prime, Netflix, BBC Player, Hulu. It's all $34.99. It is now. And I just hope I remember that. $34.99. It was $49.99. If you press the link in the carousel, you'll get it for $34.99. So it's a special offer today. Okay, going along, and again, I am making videos about everything. I use the Microsoft Surface Book 2. It's down the carousel. I'll review it next Monday. I'm live next Monday with Nick, and I'll do a review of the Microsoft Surface Book 2. Okay, and I'm looking for bargains on your behalf. I get told when there is a discount on an item that I've got in my carousel, and I think this is one of the few. I Microsoft Surface Book 2's laptop. It's got a 13.5-inch screen, and I want something bigger. So I've got in front of me, and you can't see it, I've got a BenQ monitor. It's magnificent. It's color rendition. It's Christmas. It can do 3240. I've got it on 1920. It is just the most perfect second monitor that you could have. It's so flexible. This is the one that's down in the console is a designer's monitor. Yeah, for people doing CAD. Okay, and I thought, well, if that's the precision, I'm going to get that. So I got the BenQ monitor that's down in the carousel. Today it is 14% off. It's $179.99 if you click the link in the carousel. Okay, and other items. Right. Okay. Cameras. You've been watching two things. You've been watching me. I am using a Logitech Brio camera. Okay, so that's what you're seeing in 720p resolution. So you know what the camera looks like. You also know what my microphone sounds like because you are listening to an Audio Technica AT2020, which is in the carousel. So two items in the carousel you've actually been watching and listening to. I stand by both of them. They were both recommended to me, in actual fact, which is the best way to go. And I am now passing on that recommendation to you. But the camera that everybody starts with, when people start live broadcasting, first of all, Marco's not here today. Now, normally I do this show with Marco. Marco Nova lives in Portugal. He and I are great friends. We're both Amazon insiders, Amazon live broadcasters. And we normally do a piece together, but he's not here this week. So I've got full control. And I'm going to say this. I've been live broadcasting for 6 years. Okay. When I started off, I had my own, the only thing I had was a computer with an inbuilt microphone and an inbuilt camera. That's all I had. It was the days of, I don't know if you've heard of a software called Blab, B-L-A-B. We're going back 6 years. It's now defunct, so you no need to Google it. It doesn't exist anymore. And that's where it all began. And we started off with internal microphones and internal cameras. And then when Facebook Live started, which is over 5 years ago, we all went for the camera that's in the carousel now. This is your first investment in live broadcasting should be a Logitech C920 camera. It's the camera used by most live broadcasters. I know I did a poll. I know it's over a year old. I said, which camera do you use? And there are 75 responses, and 53 people said Logitech C920, and that's of live broadcasters. So if you're going to start broadcasting, your first piece of kit, Logitech C920, down the carousel. Today it's 10% off. But the other thing about the Logitech range of cameras is that they have an inbuilt microphone. And that microphone that's in the camera is better than the microphone that's in your computer, that's in your PC, that's in your Mac. It's a better camera and better microphone. So you can kill two birds with one stone by getting the Logitech C920, and it's the first step to live broadcasting. But I'm going to put a caveat in there, and this is where Marco comes in. As far as live broadcasting is concerned, first of all, live broadcasting is the best thing ever invented. My ability to be live on Amazon Live now and talk to you and read your comments, there's never been a better way of communicating. This is the best way to communicate. It's the best way to communicate with family and friends. In fact, it's been the only way to communicate with family and friends for the past 18 months. So we've all learned a lot about live broadcasting. But if you want to go live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, you can start off with, don't spend any money. Just go live with your own inbuilt camera and inbuilt microphone and do a live broadcast. Go on Facebook Live, okay? And just do a live broadcast. If you enjoy it, then start buying the kit. I've known people, this is just between you and me, okay? I've known people who have gone and bought an expensive camera, more expensive than Logitech Brio, They bought an expensive microphone. They've bought an expensive set. Yeah. And they've done all that before they've done their first live broadcast. Now, they are fairly confident, so they have a good camera presence. That's not the problem. Okay. The problem is that when you first go live, not many people watch you. And they went live and not many people watched. And they thought, well, you know, why do I need to do this? And they didn't enjoy themselves at all because there was nobody watching. I mean, I'm fortunate. I'm on Amazon Live, and Amazon Live have got an amazing audience. And you are amazing, totally amazing. And they put all the kit on eBay. Yeah. So don't buy any kit for live broadcasting until you know that you enjoy doing it. If you enjoy your first broadcast, you'll enjoy your second. If you enjoy your second broadcast, you'll go on to do a third. So, right, Logitech C920 is down in the carousel. It's 10% off today. I'm just going through the discounts. I spoke a moment ago about Logitech Brio, which is my camera. It's 4K. It's basically wide angle. It's a beautiful camera, and you've been watching it whilst you're watching me live now. Logitech Brio, which is down in the carousel, its normal price is $199.99. It's worth every cent. Okay, but today it's $168.85 if you click the link in the carousel. Okay, and I just want to go back a bit. Just let me go back here. I'm just trying to find something. I can't find what I'm looking for. Never mind. What's new? Okay, so Logitech Brio is 16% off. And I'm just going through the items which are discounted in my carousel. And okay, I'm going to go with this. Okay, I'm going to try and bring a photograph up if I can find it. Just a minute. Forgive the top of my head. I'm just looking for something. Okay, and it's hopefully going to come up on screen. I'm going to hide that. Now, normally I actually play you a video about this, but I'm going to let you off. Okay, it's down in the carousel now. This is the TP-Link Deco, and I made a video about it. And I'm not going to play it today. I could play it. No. I'm going to tell you about it. The problem is that if you are reliant on Wi-Fi, and we are where we live, because we live in a stone-built house, which means that laying Cat5 cable and drilling through holes is not a good idea. So we use Wi-Fi, and you're actually watching the signal you're watching now is on Wi-Fi, and it's on shared Wi-Fi and that. But you want to be able to distribute the Wi-Fi evenly throughout the house. This is where the TP-Link Deco comes in. You buy the initial 3 units. You take 1 unit, you switch it on, you plug it into your router, get the app on your mobile phone, go through the installation routine step by step. You've installed your first unit. You take your second unit, plug it in a socket in another room. You take your third unit. Sorry, when you plug it in, it does a bit of whirry thing, and then it shines blue. And then you take the third unit and put that somewhere else. So you're actually distributing the Wi-Fi signal throughout your premises. I'm just going to go like this. So then you can see my hands move. This Wi-Fi, it just simply works. It is, as I say, British made. I'm very proud of the fact it's British made. It's highly recommended. There have been a lot of good reviews of it. They've certainly got my review too. And it's so simple to use. You can control it from your iPhone or your Android phone, and you can get a good Wi-Fi signal throughout the premises, and you just set it and forget it. And then you've got a guest password. Give the guest password out when you have visitors and they can connect. You can prioritize one machine over another, but this network device happily talks to PCs, Macs, iPods, iPads and Android tablets. It talks to Amazon Echoes. It talks to everything, and all the devices show up on the app on your mobile phone, and you can control it from there. Next one of the next shows, I'll actually show you how you do it. But I can guarantee this actually works. I've recommended this to friends, and they've gone on to buy it, and we know that it works. It's proven itself because it's taken a bad Wi-Fi signal and turned it into a good Wi-Fi signal. Works. So I recommend it. Do take a look at the page, click the link. It is on discount today whilst I'm live, and you get a special price. Back to me. Okay, so I've done well so far. I've not actually played you any videos. Right, okay, I'm just finishing off the carousel. Okay, so I have nothing else that's on offer in the carousel, but I just want to go back a second. I have a couple of books in the carousel, not the book I was mentioning earlier, which will be in my carousel. I'm reorganizing my carousel this weekend, doing B-roll videos or taking photographs of everything that's in the carousel. So when I show you something on screen, you will actually be seeing not the stock photograph. Okay, I'll just prove it, shall I? No, not that one. Hide that. All right, I'm taking photographs of everything that's in the carousel. Okay, I've not got it perfect yet. These are Aftershocks earbuds, which are down in the carousel, and they are but I don't want to go there. They are down in the carousel, and they are bone conducting earphones. Go over the ear, not in the ear. You can hear everything that's going on around you. Listen to your favorite music or podcast. Okay, but I want to bring this in so I can actually show you that I'm actually photographing. That's my microphone. I spoke about it earlier. That's it. That's my microphone in real life, because I didn't want to disturb the microphone. Yeah. So in honor of that, I'm going to skip back. Oh, before I do, I'm just going to talk about the book. The book that's down in the carousel is by my good friend Lottie Hearn. Lottie Hearn lives in Ireland. She's a great lady, and she helps us all. And she's helped us all with camera confidence. I've got a copy of the book that's in the carousel. It's in my library, and it's helped me with my camera presence as to how to be confident on camera, how to dress on camera. That might not be working today, but how to look on camera. And I'm grateful to Lottie for writing the book. I dip into it now and again as a refresher. If you've never been live on camera before, you never broadcast to thousands of people, then this book is for you, because it takes you step by step to actually being confident on camera. Okay, so for the grand finale today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and hopefully, forgive me a moment, talk. We started off with the Paperwhite, then we went to the Fitbit. I didn't speak about the iPad. I spoke about the mouse. We spoke about the Fire Stick, and the Microsoft Surface Book 2. We spoke about Aftershocks for a moment. I'm just looking for something. When I find it, I shall bring it up on screen. And it's obviously, it's hiding. Okay. I can do it now. Okay. I can do it. Down in the carousel is the Audio Technica microphone. This is what it looks like. This is my photograph. I took this. I'm practicing my photography by taking photographs of everything that's in the carousel, and they're all going to get their own setting. I'm going to, sorry about this. I don't know whether this is a good idea or not, but I'm going to tell you. I went to my local stationers and I got hold of cards like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot each of the objects on a card. I might even color code them. So that's why this has got the orange card under it. I think all microphones should have an orange card. And that's probably a good idea. So that's what I'm doing this weekend. This weekend, I'm also reorganizing things, ready for next week. And I just want to say, just finally before I go, I want to say thank you. I'll take the microphone off. I've spoken about it now. I want to say thank you to Be Live, because I'm actually broadcasting Be Live. I'm broadcasting on OneStream as well. Thank you to OneStream for providing the software that allows me to do this. But the big thank you is to everybody who's watched me live today. I do enjoy your company. If you want to, I've got to do the advertisement. It's part of the contract. Just a minute. I'll find it in a second. Just bear with me. And it's there. And apply. Okay. If you haven't unmuted, it's a bit late because I'm stopping the broadcast. If you want to follow me, follow button is down below. Then you'll get notified of future broadcasts. Amazon get your details. I don't. You just get notified whenever I go live. I want to say thank you for watching me live today. It's been my pleasure. This is Stephen in Wiltshire, in England, saying thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I look forward to seeing you all again. I'm live on Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern, but I'll be back as well next week. For now, take care.